Welcome to this video. Thanks for tuning in, sharing in this now moment with myself and with one another. If you haven't seen these videos before, welcome back. If you have, my intention is unity and oneness and the highest levels of love light. Whoo! Big energies today. I'm gonna go into a little flow, little light language, and just see what wants to come through. Let's just play. I get a lot of activations and downloads when I drive. And things are changing. The whole scope in which we exist, the whole range in which we exist, the whole range of motion in which we are moving in is expanding. Our language, our linguistical applications, that which we have been applying, our amplitude is amplifying. We are redefining what it means to be a human race of star seeds in skin suits as we see, as we seed, as we were seeded, as we seed, as we grow, as we are in a constant state of growth. We have blossomed. We have bloom. The great bloom is about to boom. And as we allow this light to consume, as we allow ourselves to be consumed by the light within, by the scope of that which we are feeling into, that which is within us, that which is blossoming, play on words. Being guided to play with that. I'm seeing blossoming from within. Boom. So I'm seeing like this, I'm hearing algae bloom, algebraic bloom, algebraic, something having to do with Braille codes, Braic, the word origination of algebraic. We are accessing a deeper ascension awareness. Just laughing. I'm seeing like literally like I've seen cars that look like bumblebees, right? They're black and yellow. And I'm hearing we're being amplified. So of course, I'm seeing the reference to a buzz, a hive, amplified, P-H-I-E-D, amplified. I'm hearing a reference to a B harmonic, like it's this buzz, right? This buzz of frequencies. And when you watch a hive swarm or you see it, it all moves at the same time. Like it ripples like a wave. And I'm seeing a reference to a squirrel, got distracted. I'm seeing just saw a black and yellow Porsche. Like we're not just in a little beetle bug, right? It's a Porsche with stripes on it. It's like black and yellow. It's a bee. I'm seeing a reference to black widow, spider, black willow, black and willow, spider. So we are creating a web. We are the web. We are the hive vibrating out the web. If you picture our reality as this web of beautiful plasma, crystalline. You ever seen a spider web with dew droplets on it? That's what it looks like to me. That's what we're creating. And all of these individual droplets of dew hold the holographic imprint of everything, yet they are individual bubbles at the same time. And we're each part of that individual bubble. We each exist in our own individual bubble, but we're sending out this frequency that is essentially breaking through. I'm seeing a matrix right now. Breaking through this matrix of an old reality. And I'm just hearing the system is no longer supported. And I'm hearing old applications are no longer applicable. So stop applying old applications to new programs. They will not fit. They do not fit. They are feeling unfit. They feel out of place because they are. There is no place for them in the heart. They can be dissolved, disintegrated. For the charge is the implosion. We are charging full charge ahead, full steam ahead, full stream ahead, full light stream ahead. For we are reflecting patterns. We are deeper than we have ever been, so to speak. Be in. We are deeper than we have ever been in this harmonic convergence. Allow ourselves, immerse ourselves, submerge ourselves, become fully submerged in the I'm basically saying the subatomic particle discharge. So what I'm being shown, getting emotional. These little light shoots shooting out. I'm literally seeing this old building and I'm hearing it's a pancake explosion. So I think that's how things like it goes boom, 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 boom. And everything that was stacked up is now compressing and that's it. Everything is now compressed into that tiny, whatever it is that I'm seeing. So I'm just kind of being guided to play with this. So I'm decompression chamber. So it's all being compressed, and this has kind of been a theme for me for the last week. Compression, impression. I'll get to the golf ball mechanics later in another video. The dimples. So what I'm essentially being shown is that it's being compressed. All right, I'm being guided to go back to the vision that I had in case you guys hadn't watched this video. I talked about the 3 earths, and it's basically a small earth, a bigger earth. Picture 3 versions that were separate yet connected, and now they're superimposed like nesting dolls. So we're expanding out into this bigger version of Earth, and everything that was dense is being compressed, and that compression, that pressure is what essentially dissolves from one perspective and digests and composts that old energy. And that old energy is then utilized, but also disintegrated so it can be integrated. So integrateness is what I'm hearing. So it's then charged, right? It blows up, and then it goes sucked back in on itself like a black hole, and then it's compressed into this dense hole, and then it's essentially digested and utilized for this higher framework. And the old bits and bytes of information are still there, but I'm hearing they were distorted, and now those distortions are they're being accentuated right now, because it's like a fun house. If you ever look in a mirror and it's like that fun house where it's a really wide mirror, it's all of what we're seeing is a distortion of a harmonic balance, and it's being pulled like taffy, and then it's compressing back together, and then it's expanding out. It's just being mushed up so that it can all be disintegrated, integrated, digested, composted, right? For integrateness. But there is a stage of discomfort, and there is a stage that I'm hearing has to play out because it's already in the works. It's already played out. And that's a whole other video I've talked about before. So I'm being guided to talk about these dimples on a golf ball, and I'm being guided to talk about this split, which is really a nesting doll convergence. And what's happening is, what I'm being shown is that Earth is moving in a certain speed, as are we. Everything has a certain spin. To everything, it has to go to everything, turn, 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 turn. Oh, that was way off key, but it's all right. Everything turns off key so that it can find itself, align with itself, and come back into key. Because this is a key moment. It's a key defining moment of a signature frequency that Earth has chosen to line up with. So if you picture each of those versions of Earth click, 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 clicking into place, and then boom, coming together, sends out this ripple, and they've merged somehow from one perspective. From another perspective, we could say they've split. But it's not separate. It's all coming together in unification and oneness, actually, in the grid. So it's all being structured and harnessed into this grid, and within this grid structure, we're re-gridding these patterns as humans. We are the grid. We are the grid workers. And we're laying out new frequency harmonics. And if you picture a face and a grid, like a computer program, and then the face comes out of the computer program, that affects all of the lines in the grid, that ripple effect. And we are the face. I'm hearing the many faces of God. The many phases of God are interlocking, interweaving, and creating this pattern, this frequency. So what happens is then we're lining up with these portals, as portals with these stargates. And I talked about this in another video. And what happens is we activate these potentials. So we activate this interlocking, interweaving pattern. And it heightens our awareness of one another. It heightens our awareness of what is not, I'm hearing disorderly conduct, because we are moving towards negentropy and out of entropy. So we're moving into entropy. So anything that is not in a harmonic alignment is going to be really even more obvious. Even more obvious than it was before, because it's so dense that we're like, what is that? Okay. And so these portals, if we think of a stargate, an alignment of planets and stars, it's like a slingshot sometimes that pulls through information, light, encodements, and it's almost like, because of the timing and because these earths have sorry, sometimes might have to pull over. Guys, if your eyeballs ever start blinking a lot, it's just sometimes information coming in and you just have to process it. And sometimes you might have to pull over when you're driving.